Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
53.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. This is Elliott. And some room to maneuver. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 36 yards. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. Gano the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. On 1st and 10, Locke. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the gun, here's Locke. And Cooks has it over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory as they're down to the 29-yard line. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
He's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that could be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. It's a 10-yard touchdown run. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point good by Gostkowski. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On 2nd and 9, Brady looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick, but he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race, and this results in 6. Touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be taken short. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they gave up the pick 6. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch.
Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. And the aggressive play call simply does not work out. You're on your own side of the field here. Punt it, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's a time for analytics and a time for being aggressive, but not with this field position. There's also a time for good old football 101 sense.
Yeah.
Punt it away. Let your defense take over with better field position.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Frank Clark. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Luck, and complete to the tight end Walker, right side. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The sack there by J.J. Watt. Well, you feel the excitement build on those 4th down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on 4th down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on 4th down. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 38 yards on the scamper there.
Well, partner, I have to say they caught him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. Brady to throw for it on 4th down. That's complete, right around the 8. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Able to convert on 4th to bring up 1st and goal. That's a big 3 yards right there. Now Elliott. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 yards on the play, and that will lead us into the 2-minute warning. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter. 14-7. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of his first half of action. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They converted once earlier on this opening drive, but now comes a big test. 4th and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Taking it in for 2 yards out. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. And I guess that's where you turn on 4th and goal to your muscle back there. Hand him the football. He does the dirty work.
I think you're asking a lot of your defense there, right? Having to make the stand, have to prepare for just about any type of play to be called. And then here comes the power right at you. On that play, the big man got into the end zone.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. On 1st down, it's Love. He'll get this to Phillip Lindsay, complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Luck, and he'll hit his tight end, Walker.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Well, this is caught by Jackson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Luck going to bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. They'll find Lindsay here. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
Here's Lott. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Walker. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's Locke. Stepping up, he'll try and run. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Hey, box drop.
They'll fake it. Now Locke. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And the 13-year man puts it through. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you cross town to our studios here in Orlando and check in with the coach at REA Sports Halftime Report. This is taken at his 4. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Second half starts with a run by Lindsey. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Throwing on 3rd down, Locke. Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Raiders pick it up. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Brady. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Brady. And he connects with Ertz. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 25 yards that time.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw right there? Another great completion.
And you know one area where he honed his throwing? He was a catcher in high school. He was actually drafted by the Expos in 1995 in the 18th round.
Wow, that would have been something to see him behind the dish.
Think he gunned down a few guys?
Gunned down a few guys trying to steal second. That would have been fun to watch.
And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, Really, this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Check out. Line 40. 54. Hey, exit. Go.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Now a first down throw. Lock. Jackson's got it over the middle. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he can get a good head of steam going.
Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. But he used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch.
Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones.
Oh, man, partner, this is something cornerbacks love to do, and that's outthink a quarterback. If you get a sense that they're going to throw a quick out route or a quick hitch, you can just lay back an extra yard or two, but they really put your foot in the turf and drive on the football. And here I think he baited the quarterback into the throw and made it pay off.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The throw on 2nd down by Brady is incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And now it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now, the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Here we go on 4th down now with Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Adrian Amos with a pick. And his guys are going to have the football back as the 3rd quarter comes to an end. Welcome back live to Orlando. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. After the interception, it's long. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
To throw again on 2nd down. Luck, and he fires one incomplete. Phillip Lindsay, the intended target, and it's 3rd and 5.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Luck now to throw. eluding the pressure right. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
They got the completion, but they didn't get the first down. So you got to think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're pretty happy with what you just accomplished there.
Yeah, like you said, got him out of bounds, stopped the clock, kept him short of the marker.
Hey, Charlie. 54. Mike 54.
Here we go on fourth. Love. And no, it's incomplete. The fourth down pass play doesn't work out. And this defense will take over right at midfield.
Wait, set. Wide, 20.
That's right, baby. They don't want it.
The first down carry by Elliott. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
On 2nd and 9, Brady. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, it's Elliott, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. And able to find Green. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score. And he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on 1st down. They did that plus 3.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
He's crossing. He's checking crack.
On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away.
Wait, set, 53! Check it, reload!
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to let it fly, and that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. They give him a gain of 38.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. With 1 second to go, this to send us to overtime. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will tie things at 17 all. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be fielded at the 6. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
The Raiders take over first and 10.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
And that's why you do all the drills that you do from the quarterback position, because you're not going to just throw to your strength. The right-handed quarterback naturally will want to move to the right side to throw the football. But sometimes you've got to go left, and that's exactly what happened on that play. Forced to his left, still able to accurately throw it downfield for a completion.
Brady's throw on 3rd down there is incomplete. So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Brady. Oh, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. You throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
59 mark, check.
On 1st down, Love. That is caught inside the 5. And all the way in for the touchdown. Now, partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, tried to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. Good night, everybody. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, happy to be with you. And, Charles, we've got two teams who know each other extremely well. These division games, they tend to be battles.
People scout like crazy in this league, but no one scouts more than within the division. Because if you win your division, you're automatically in the playoffs. That puts extra emphasis on these games, and they can't wait to get at each other.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
First down and 10.
Lock 80!
Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Play action. Now Roethlisberger. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
To throw again on 2nd down. Luck, and he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. Gostkowski the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Fielded about a yard deep. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the defense. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Gostkowski with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll fake the handoff. Now Luck. He's going to loft one deep left side. And it's caught. Touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins. 33 yards. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Black 20.
Got to do better. Come on,
Black.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. On second and 11 now. Roethlisberger.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. They go play action now. Roethlisberger. He's going to float this one deep right side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on From up top next to Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, folks, we were already excited for this game. And then before the contest, you and I are down on the field outside the white lines.
Yes, we were following the rules.
We were following the rules, and a ball comes over our direction, but we can't see it. Somebody yells heads up, and instinctively you turn around and you snare it one-handed with your off left hand. So now we're really ready for football.
No gloves either.
No gloves.
No gloves. Not like what the guys are wearing playing the game now. But wasn't that a whole lot better than that time we were down there? And I got the coffee spilled on me when I got nailed by the punt returner.
That happened to the Vikings, right?
Yes, a much better job of being heads up this time. Thank you for the notice.
let's go.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, I'm coming.
They fake the handoff. Now Brady. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Now Brady to try again after the pick 6. Over the middle here to Brown. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the defense will get their hands return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to dock my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. It's got to be so tough having the ball in the middle of the field like that, knowing that a linebacker is just waiting to make a big tackle like we just saw.
No doubt about it, because offense coordinators love to call plays to send receivers into the middle of the field. And linebackers, they want to naturally discourage those plays from being called.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. To the air again, Luck. This is caught, it's Cooks. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. Luck throwing again. And he's got it. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
As the field starts to get condensed, the defense likes that a lot because now you don't have as much space to cover, but a well-run corner route there.
Luck on the sneak. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and sneak it in. And they catch him here and stop him for no gain.
Luck going to keep it on the sneak. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. The Steeler defense proving its mettle here. And now this is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Lindsey. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. Okay, so you just took the big loss. Now what are you doing on 4th down?
Well, we have a change of plans now is what we have, because I think they were looking at the play sheet, trying to dial something up to go for it on 4th down. But after that loss, that goes right out the window. Now you have to kick the field goal and hope to come back down the next time and score.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Throwing again on 2nd down. Brady.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Throwing on 1st down is Brady. That'll be caught right side by Reed. The ball comes out. It's going the other way.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Love. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. I respect both sides on that play, CD, for him to be able to hold on to that football. And a loose football. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Brady. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turning over 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing. But I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
So don't say nothing. 11-Z. Go.
From the 50, it's Love. And Walker with it over the middle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
10-0 to score after 1 on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a play fake, and it's Love. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Luck now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. From the gun, here's Love. Flush to his right. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
It's a party now. It's a party. Hey, you. Right there. 54, right there. 54 Mike. Check Mike. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike.
A shotgun snap for Love. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
There's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw, Love. And he will take it in for the touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. The point after try for Gostkowski.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
This will be taken very short. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn. Happy to be with you. And, CD, as we get this thing going, give the folks at home something to keep their eye on.
The running game for both teams, because I think this is going to be an old-fashioned, old-school type of a game. Physical, who wins up front, who runs the ball the best and controls the clock, they will come out the victor.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is fielded at the goal line. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. Throwing now is Mahomes. It's complete. This is Todd Gurley. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Hey, team 6. Team 6. Mike 55. Mike 55.
After the interception, it's Love. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. So a pretty shaky start here for both.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing the ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up second down. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. On the handoff, it's Gurley. And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Miles Jack with a sack.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. On first down, Love. And that is incomplete. He was looking to get it to Phillip Lindsay there, but it'll be 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Mike 55, right there in the middle, 55. Who that? Mike 55, Mike 55.
On 2nd and 10, Locke. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he gets it in. Happy to be on hand. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. And before we kick, partner, your keys to the game, please.
Well, my keys are on the defensive side of the ball for both teams. And the big one, making sure you avoid giving up the big play. These safeties are going to get tested all game long. Their job, keep the ball in front of them, tackle people, make them run extra plays in order to try and score.
This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. To throw is Rodgers. Going deep for Hopkins. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Brown. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Out of the gun, Luck. This is caught by Jackson. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. On 1st and 10, Luck. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Luck throwing again. And it's caught. Touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Left side here to Sanders. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. That run's successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front.
Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with 3 tight ends, it's not necessarily to run it, and that gives you an advantage when you do decide to barrel off the line of scrimmage and block people downfield.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down now, it's Elliott. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
On first down, it's Love. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. Now a first down throw, Luck. And complete to the tight end Walker, right side. Touchdown! Delaney Walker. 47 yards. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. The tight end can kind of be that diamond in the rough secret weapon that you have, and right there they show you why.
And it's becoming less of a secret, isn't it, partner? Every game that we do nowadays, the tight end is a featured receiver, not just a blocker, as in the days of old.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
Heading out as a Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right?
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he returns it into enemy territory. Up in the booth with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and kickoff straight ahead, CD. What's one thing that you're going to have your eye on?
I think about what the great coaches of the past always said. The key to any ball game. Can you rush theirs and protect yours? Well, in this case, both of these teams get after the quarterbacks. I'm watching the pass rush.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This will be taken short.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. And right away, he lost the football. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Yellow. I'm going to lady.
Get long day for you. Slam.
On first down, it's Gurley. Jeff Heath, the one to bring it down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5. Mahomes going to throw. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. 22 yards there, a first down. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They get only a yard there. Now it's third and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Third and goal, Gurley. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Defense didn't budge on third down. Now what are we going to see on fourth?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
It's an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Watch the 2-7.
Check 53. Get ready.
Luck on first down. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Now Matt Bryant on for the point after. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Here we go. Guys take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Back up. 40.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. Space to maneuver at the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. On first down, right back to Lindsay. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down.
Check, check. Lucky.
From the gun, here's Locke. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
They're going to go for it here on 4th. Luck in the offense is going to stay out there. They are going for it. It's Luck. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. That defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Come on. Let's go. Hey, Charlie. Number 53, Mike.
Again, Luck. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Alpha.
Throwing again is Luck. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get him down 2 yards shy after a pickup of 8. 4th and 2. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. Throwing is Luck. This is caught. It's close. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard.
Hey, switch. 12.
Throwing on third down. Luck. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. Now Gostkowski will come on to try a field goal. And the 13-year man puts it through, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Aaron Donald with a sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now Mahomes. And this one caught by Delaney Walker. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
Well, you know, writing down your ad-lib.
If you print, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Yellow.
They do go for it. It's Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. On first down, Luck. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. A diving catch for the score. He laid out. That was special.
And you know the first thing they're going to check, right? Did he complete the process of the catch? All the way through, all the way to the ground. Ball doesn't hit the ground without control in his hands. All of that, yes. Check the box. Touchdown.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll try a handoff right with Gurley. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Looking left side, he's got it, complete. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check safety, check safety. 44's Mike, 44's Mike. Check.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
You can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Yeah, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys.
Now it's Love. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Lunch 59. Lunch 59. Let's go, B. Big series right here. We got to step it up. Mike 5. 11.
Play action. It's locked. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. This offense so far on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 15. Now Locke. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They're going with Lindsey. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. So we have reached halftime here in a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
They'll take over. First down and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Check 24, check 24. 11 feet. 53 from Mo. 53. Let's go, Mexico. I'm coming after you. I'm coming. Hey, Wahoo.
A shotgun snap for Love. He sets to fire deep. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game.
Watch the slant, watch the slant. 12. Bravo.
So that'll back him up 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Switch, switch, switch. You. Come on. 5. Go ahead. 5.
Out of the gun, Locke. Over the middle, complete. It's Lindsey. Call it a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here's Thomas Morstead now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. On the return, it's Tate. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
Yellow. Let's go, little lady. Come on in here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Here we go. It's Gurley. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. Everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
Now Gurley. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The Eagles on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it, and they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Check out. 390. You can't block me. You can't block me. Check out.
After the interception, it's Locke. Screen pass to Lindsey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Luck now to throw. Walker with a grab, left side. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. Go. 53.
Here's Locke. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. On 1st down, it's Locke. It's caught left side by Cooks. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. One of his main targets, Delaney Walker, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
Call. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Now Locke. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Tim Williams came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Whoa. Check 53's mine. Check 53's mine. Hey, dude. What we got? 53's mine.
3rd and long. It's Locke. And he's going to go down again. Tim Williams, 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. A big spot now for Stephen Gostkowski. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And this one is right down the middle. And they will take the lead at 13-10. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Yellow. Go on, 6-man. Check girls, check girls, check girls. Hey, 57. What's the win? Right.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 6. Mahomes. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these 2 sides. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Another costly turnover, their 2nd of this second half. And earlier when I asked you your keys to the second half, you said, hey, it may be trite, but I think it's turnovers. That's coming to fruition.
It certainly is, and let's face it, they named the game after it, right? So isn't it the most important thing?
But it's football.
Exactly. They named the game for it. Take care of it.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Mike, 53.
Luck. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
Hey, Steve 6. 53 is the mic. Hey, me and you all day. 11B.
Now Luck. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The veteran Rasul Douglas able to break that one up.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
Now it's Tate. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Check. Hey, yo, go, let's go, baby.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
He'll look to throw. It's complete to Golden Tate. Only 2 there on the dump off. It's 3rd down.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense. The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They'll run here with Lindsey. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Mark off the 5 yards, but still 4th down.
Well, they'll learn that lesson when they review it, but it didn't cost them.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this will be scooped up by the defense.
That's our ball. Every time. Keep putting that ball on the ground. That's our ball.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
64, weak.
Luck now to throw. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. So celebration down on the field for a good, hard-fought victory here. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you're going to win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.